Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Leary. If you watched last week, you know that you can't do much better bowling than what we had a week ago. 279 for Rosario Lechiara and John Czernicki. And by getting that amount, they picked up quite a bit of bonus money. $200 for hitting the 275 total, and $150 as well for the consecutive marks that they were able to string together. And in addition to that, and winning the championship, this is what the teams today as well will be fighting for. A $500 top prize. Runners-up will pick up $300. And again, the bonus money situation, 3 marks in a row is worth $50. 3 strikes in a row is worth $1,000. And the 2-string total of 275 or more will pay off an extra $200. So can the champs repeat? Let's find out right now. Rosario Lechiara will start off for the champs, and Jack Quinn for the challengers. In addition to chipping in for the 279, Rosario last week knocked off the spread eagle lead. It's been a long time since we had seen that done. And Rosario starts off with a spare here in the first. And Jack Quinn as well. On the spare. 8. Rosario with a 5 and 10. And some wood that he'll have to play somehow. $10 and 28 through 2, and Jack with 9 and 24. Rosario is married with 2 children. He averages 120. He has a high single of 198 and a high triple of 487. Jack Quinn, likewise, is married with 2 children. He has a 121 average, a 190 for a high single, and a high triple of 441. The champs with a 6-pin lead. Rosario and Jack will bowl the first 5. And then John Czernicki and Brian Fuller will finish it off. 2 strings to determine the champions. Rosario, the 4 horsemen right side, plus the 8. Nope, he didn't even bother to look. Well, this time the champs are the ones with a $7 up there. It's a 3-pin lead through 4. Nice shot. So Rosario sets up his partner John Czernicki with a spare in the 5th. And Jack will wait as Don Riley filling in for Ralph Stewart as our lob line judge. Clears the ball away. The Jack takes a 10 and 51 through 5, so the champs bolt into a quick lead that will likely be added to by John Czernicki when he steps up halfway through the opening string. Our defending champions, Rosario Lechiara and John Czernicki, 54 plus a bonus ball. And our challengers, Brian Fuller and Jack Quinn, 51. All right, here we go with the second half of the opening string. John Czernicki for the championship team, working on a spare.
Hey, Johnny, we'll take it.
He had 7, and that's good for a 10-pin lead through 5. And Brian Fuller for the challengers. Nice shot, 2 in a row. And equally nice, Brian Fuller with a spare in the 6th. John Czernicki carries a 122 average. Nine on the spare, 1 pin away from $50 in bonus money. Brian Fuller, 1 pin away from another spare. No. And yes. John Czernicki with a 10 and 90 through 7. Brian Fuller with a spare is at 80 plus through 7. John has a high single of 197 and a high triple of 454. He and Rosario teamed up for a 1330 in their roll-off. Brian and Jack had a 1301. They're here representing Lafayette Lanes in Amesbury. Brian Fuller waiting for some wood to settle. This would be worth $50 in bonus money. He's working on 2 consecutive spares. And a 9. So the lead is down to 2 now at 98 to 96 in favor of Rosario Lechiara and John Czernicki. All of them in the 9th. Brian Fuller carries a 117 average. He has a high single of 190 and a high triple of 458. And he missed the head pin again. .106 for the challengers through 9. 108 plus 2 bonus balls. The champs for 2 in a row now. For a spare, he's got it. And again, Don Riley goes down to clear a ball force. And Brian takes a 9 to open up with a 115. John on the spare adds but 4, but it's good for a pretty sizable lead here after the opening string. Here's how we look. Our defending champions, Rosario Lechiara and John Czernicki, with a 132, and our challengers, Brian Fuller and Jack Quinn, 115. Here we go with the second and deciding string now. Jack Quinn will start it off for the challengers, down by 17. Pretty good start. Only the 10-pin away from a mark. And that's an even better start. Jack gets his spare, so we have matching marks in the first. However, Rosario gets the extra bonus ball. On the spare, Jack adds 8. And on the strike, Rosario adds them all. Well, it's been a long time since we've had 3 in a row. Bill Gover and Brian Uphold, remember, were able to do it on consecutive weeks. As Jack spares again. And Rosario and John well on their way perhaps to another 2-string total of 275. They did it last week for a $200 payoff, and they may be about to do it this week with a 132 to open and a double strike here. All right, this for 1,000. 2 full. For 3 in a row. Yes. So we give away some bonus money. And Rosario with 5 total. And it'll be 5 for the box. Jack on the spare with 3. And a 10 bucks. Nice shot, almost. Rosario with a 9. So after 4 in the second string, the challengers at 58 and the champs at 53. The challengers have made up 5 pins, but overall they're still down by a dozen. Good bid. Jack with 8, 66. He'll wind up making up some ground. As Rosario takes his 10 and 63, makes up 3 pins. Overall, the champs, Rosario Lechiara and John Czernicki, lead it by 14. Will it go? No. Brian Fuller was last with us a couple of years ago when he teamed up with Gary Carrington. Well, the challengers pick up a couple more. They keep pecking away. down by a dozen with 4 to go. Coming up next week, Rick Pizzeni of Gloucester and Bob Shepard of Beverly will be the challengers. Tough spare leave, but maybe this wood next to the 4 can slide over. No. The 4 horsemen right side, and the lead horse stands. Well, again, they keep pecking away. They had a pin. It's down to 11 now with 3 to go. $500 goes to the winning team. $300 to the runners-up. And Brian Fuller is just 2 pins away from a mark here in the 8th that should tighten it up considerably, as John Czernicki is faced with a near impossible split. Because I'm not sure he'll be able to get wide enough of the 5 pin to be able to kick it over to the 7. And a 9. So it's down to 10 less, however many Brian Fuller gets on his bonus ball. If he gets them all, we're even. And he gets almost all of them. 9. 1 pin down. Brian with the 8 pin and some wood in front that shouldn't be a problem. A spare in the 9. And John Czernicki now is in a position where he needs a mark. Waiting for that wood to settle. Nice shot. Tough spare. Matching spares for the 9th. We've got a match here, separated by 1 pin with 1 box to go. John Czernicki and Rosario Lechiara lead it by a pin. Brian Fuller with a tough spare leave and only 6 on the spare. John Czernicki on his spare. 9, 10. And that should settle it. No, he needed them both, or he needed them all, and he doesn't get it. And 8 and a good string, but he needed a great string, a 129. First bonus ball, 7. If he gets the rest of these, it'll be worth $50 in bonus money. Nice shot. Spare on the strike for a quick 50. As John Czernicki finishes big with spare, strike, spare in the 9th and 10th. To pull it out just when it looked like it was slipping away. We'll take a look at the totals. Rosario Lechiara and John Czernicki with that 132 to open, 129 to close, 261. Brian Fuller and Jack Quinn, the 115. Good comeback at 129, but not enough for a 244 total. Good for a 17-pin win for the champs. We'll be back with them and the runners-up right after this. All right, the champs do it again. Rosario Lechiara and John Czernicki, 2 in a row. We'll talk to them in a second, but first we'll say goodbye to Brian Fuller and Jack Quinn. We have $300 for losing, and we have $50 in bonus money. So not bad. He didn't bowl that bad, actually. Good comeback in the second.
Could have been a little better.
With the 129, the second's not bad. He just started off a little slowly, and of course, these guys have been hot for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he got the big strike there on the end, and that did it.
All right, well, we have the 300 plus 50, 350, and hopefully you'll come back again.
Well, we'll try.
All right, Jack Quinn and Brian Fuller, thank you guys. And now Rosario Lechiara and John Czernicki. You want to come back up for a curtain call? 2 in a row now, and not quite the 279 that you had last week, but still pretty good, huh?
It's enough to win, though. You know, it's tough.
What about the strikes? You had the 2 in a row. Did you think you had that last one?
Well, the best thing I did, I hit the R.I.P. You know, I hit a little bit too full, so I took a 4 of them out. I left the spherical, and I took 1 out, and then I went right through the last ball. I really butchered up that double, you know. And lucky because Jackie come back with 3 spares, you know, and Johnny coming through in the end. He made a nice shot to the diamond 5. They told a strike on, and then brought it out. We could have lost.
The spread eagle. Last week you knocked it off. How often do you do that?
Well, since I've been in the show myself. This is the second time I made a spread eagle. I made a 1 on the channel 5 for the single, and this one here.
How often do you see that done?
You don't make it too often. You know, once out of every maybe 10, 15 times.
Fortunately, it was your partner that did it. All right, they got 2 in a row. Next week, we'll have Rick Pizzeni and Bob Shepard trying to knock these guys off. I hope you join us. For everyone here at Fairway Sports World in Natick, have a good afternoon.